Hello everyone. Today we're going to try starting from scratch on ComfyUI. I think you all have ComfyUI installed. I use the old interface. I prefer to use the old one. A lot of people use this one. That's the new one. Personally, I'll stick with the old one. It's a matter of choice, of taste. It won't change much anyway. So why start from scratch? Well, I saw that a lot of people in tutorials, with the questions I see here and there, people who struggle with anything and everything, with installing, with activating Allura. They think they'll break a workflow by activating Allura, etc. So we're going to start from scratch, and we're going to do it little by little over several videos as we go. So here we have the interface. What do we need? What's happening here? We're going to install nodes. So what do we need initially? I'm deliberately going to set aside the SD15 and SDXL model formats for now and focus on Flux first. So first we need a model. We need to load a diffusion model. This will be in French because my interface is half French, half English, but anyway, search for Unet and you'll get this. Yes, these are the original nodes integrated in Comfy Core. Okay, so here you see these are nodes, and here are what are called spaghetti. What does it tell us next? Well, here we can put the sampler. That's what will generate the image. I always use the K sampler. There are others, but we'll do this to keep it simple. We'll use this one. Okay, so what model are we going to take? Well, I have tons, so we'll focus on one that's not too long and that a lot of people have. It's this one. Here we leave it by default. I don't touch anything. You see that already when you draw a line, it suggests nodes to you. So what we need here, yes, you see, it's for viewing text input. So negative, it would need it once. We can do exactly the same thing. A trick. You hold down Alt and click, you drag and you duplicate it. There we go, we put it here. What are we missing? So here it's asking for a clip. There we go, we draw here and there you see, hop. Well, the problem we're going to have is that by default there isn't Flux, there's only one model to load, so that doesn't interest me. We need a dual clip. So that's okay, hop here dual, and here we connect it here. Here we change it to Flux. Okay, so here we have several models. What you also need to know is that to generate images and a TF5 encoder, we'll take it in FP8. FP8, you see? FP8, FP8.a. So we're already in good shape. What are we missing? We're missing a decoder for the sampler, a VE. What's called a VE? Here it is. Oh dear, something is missing here too, you see? So we're going to pull VE loader. And we also need to find the VE that corresponds to Flux, of course. So for me, it's these two here. I have two, they work the same way. We'll take this one. Okay. And here, of course, we're going to do a preview. We could have done a save, but yes, to do tests, I don't need to save my image. Okay. Yes, when you have all these nodes connected, what you can also do, you hold down the control key. For example, you drag your mouse. You get a selection of everything. And then if you do Curl, that allows you to create a group. We'll call it test. So then you see, when you select your group, everything moves at the same time. And here, hop, you can do what's called bypassing. You can bypass it. So normally now, all that's left is to enter text. We'll make a quick text. Woman, something very simple. Normally Flux needs detailed prompts. Well, English and me, it's not great, but anyway. We're going to try to do this correctly. Okay. Here, so randomize the generation. 20 steps, that seems correct. So the CFG, you need to lower it a little. I would get a blurry image with this. As for samplers, there are several. Personally, I use this one with this. And now we're going to launch to see if we haven't forgotten anything. What does it tell us? I'm intentionally making mistakes, you know. Something is missing. And yes, we're missing the image size. We can, for example, put this. We'll do 1024 by 1024. Here too, you see, it's red. It's telling us something is missing because you need to connect the clip too here. And now normally, yes, it's good. There you go. By the time it downloads the model, the clip, it will take a little time. So I'm going to speed up the video. Well, I'm back, and you see that the image is blurry. It's the CFG that needs to be left at 1 here. I'm relaunching. So for this model, I could have used another model loader, since you should know that this model already includes the VE and includes the clips, the encoders. But for the needs of the video, I preferred to put a VE loader and a clip encoder loader. Yes, we have a pretty nice image anyway, huh? Yes. With a very simple prompt. So here we have the size here, the batch size here, batch size. If you change here and send a render, it will do a render of 5 images, one after the other. Yes. So I might not be expressing myself well. In fact, if you click here 5 times, you leave it at 1 here, you click 5 times in a row, on will see that 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, it will do the render one after the other. I'm going to erase, we don't need to do that. On the other hand, if you put will do 3 for example, and you render it, in fact it will generate the images in one go, that will lengthen your processing time, and at the output you will have 3 images. Yes. On the other hand, yes, that multiplies the processing time by 3, but you will have 3 images at the output. We don't need to launch them, we'll leave it at 1. So you saw that we have a prompt which is really very simple. I haven't put anything in the negative prompt. We did this, it's really very, very simple. Now I wanted to show you something that can help you create prompts more easily when you're not inspired or... Yes. And it's especially a custom node that I find truly exceptional, and that I recommend you install. It's Florence. Yes. With this you'll be able to do magnificent things. I'm not going into detail on everything it can do. You can do segmentation, you can do tons of things, it's really impressive. Here we're going to focus on the prompt. So once I've downloaded this, yes, so you can take it here. Kajay, he did some nice updates on it. So here it will capture a region. That doesn't interest us. What interests us is caption, detail caption, more detail caption. Okay, we're not dealing with all that for now. So you need a model, of course. You should know that the first time you use it, it will download the models, don't worry. It's large, but it's the one that gives the best results. Here I don't touch it. So here I'm going to connect the output. You see, you can have a text input even if you don't see it initially. However, that grays out everything. Okay. You no longer see it, you can no longer change that, but it will be taken into account. Okay. So here it needs for example an image. So the other image, yes, for example a little cartoon girl with a satchel on her back. So here I'm going to put more detail caption. Okay, everything's good. There's nothing else to do. We have the model here. However, to see, because here in fact, we're not going to see what kind of text it will generate. So here at the output of caption, I'm adding a show text. I'll leave you for a moment while it downloads all the models, I'll be back. Here's what it will send as a prompt. It's quite nice. However, you see here you have the image resolution. It's not the same, but it's not a big deal. The goal is not for it to remake this image. So what we can also do, here, you see, the show text here, it has an output in fact. So we could have just had to put this, a show text, and here we send it there. It was the same thing. That avoided having 2 outputs here. It will send that back directly. You have the visual, you have it in both cases. So what else can I say about this? Anyway, I'm going to keep this workflow. I think that I'm recording. It's not perfect, it's crazy anyway. There's something that must not be pleasing it. Well, everything is good. I'm checking. This also allows you to see what's right and what's wrong at the same time as me. What I don't understand is lowering that den wide. 3D cartoon. Important. I think it must not like that model. We'll see. Maybe it's not very comfortable with cartoons. We're going to try something else. That's models, that's me doing clothing tests for my Loris. What can I take? That's an image that I had made not long ago. We're going to try it. Okay, I'm watching. I don't understand why it made it blurry. Ah, yes, that's much better. Yes, that's much better. So starting from the image that I had provided, it did this. So after that, I continued with this, and so Florence describes the image, and gives you that. Which is not bad. After that, there are nodes that allow you to replace terms. Yes, if you want to put, for example, well, here it's okay. It says photorealistic. But you could have had simple pictures, or you can change words, replace them with others. But we'll see that later, so as not to confuse you. Yes, It's not the same image, but let's say it used the prompt quite well. So if I lower this to 5, sorry, not 0.55, that will make a horrible image. So you have with this model with PromptGen version 2b. I don't use 1.5, so I don't know. You can also use this, which is not bad, which will give you the prompt and keyword. If you have already used A1111, etc., you will understand when I launch it what it will give. We're going to change the image. What image could I put? And for example, we're going to put this. That's an illustration. You see that it's not bad anyway. Well, it has a few weird things on some parts of the body, but anyway it did. It still kept the structure of the prompt. Here I lowered the denoise to 0.5. It didn't like it as expected. I'll put it back as it was before. It was good. I'm sending this one now. So by having changed the task here, you see? This is what I was telling you. Yes, so here it describes the image. Normally this one. And this is what I was telling you, this is it. It adds this. Your keywords. Honestly. Yes, all this. So that can be nice too. So for this first quick test starting from scratch, I think I won't go any further. I would like to make videos that are quite short and keep this workflow, and each new video will start from this workflow and add, test other things and give you some tips and some nice custom nodes. Well, I think Florence is well known, but yes, it was just to make a short video. Yes, we'll try to put other samplers next time. If we take the advanced one, it doesn't add much. And here it is. Here it's an illustration. It described this as a photorealistic photo, but it's not bad, you know. After that, if we select just caption, you'll see that the prompt will be very brief. You see, very short. Here it will add a few details. So I'm going to add it. And this one is the one we've been using since the beginning. I think for today, we'll leave it like that. I don't see what else I could add. So how to quickly create a workflow for Flux. Yes, very simple. And just add this. I could have done it cleanly, of course. When I say cleanly, here I'm doing something that's even messier, but anyway. No matter. Yes, you know that if you click here too, you can change the group color. However, for the nodes, you have to select them. And then you can change the colors. Yes, here it's really horrible. I'm reselecting the group. Brown dot. No, not brown. Let's go for blue. We'll leave it blue. And here we'll do a little reminder. So, control. You drag with the mouse. You let go. You keep pressing the left button. You let go. You don't touch anything else. You do caralog. You create a group. Pop.I. You can move it as you want. Yes, that's the first detailed prompt, but it's still clean, you know. I'm still going to add a little something because it might be a bit short if you want to add something to this before or after. So we're going to take a prompt concatenate. Yes, here you have the name. ComfyUI Manager. The second one is about realism, whereas that was rather an illustration. Okay, good. So here I want something before that. I put the output on prompt 2. That will be afterwards. That won't be first. I put that here, and so here we're simply going to take simple text type. Yes, there are several. Is there one that's already installed by default? Well, it doesn't matter. We'll take this one. It's the same, it's text. Yes, here you can enlarge the window in the corner. Hop. Here that takes up space. If you don't have anything else to change, you don't change the model. You right-click. Reduce sorry. Pop. Yes. So here we're going to put. Yes, here you need to put a space, otherwise it will stick. You could have put a comma, but here it has to follow. If I render that, let's see what that will give me. Yes, an illustration black and white photorealistic. Well, that's going to cause a problem, because in fact, it thinks it's a photorealistic photo. Okay. That's where you can replace text, precisely. So there are several. There's find text replace. The one I use the most is this one. Yes. So, it's prompt 2 actually. So this one, from Florence, that delivers photorealistic portrait. Okay. So what we're going to remove, for example, is photorealistic. That's an example. See tier levite. We replace it with nothing at all. Well, it still took the illustration. You see, it considered that the illustration took precedence in the prompt. I'm still going to show you. Yes, what comes from Florence, and here I'm putting it back here. Normally, it should remove photorealistic. Yes. Illustration of black portrait. It removed photorealistic. You see? You can chain them, put several. Here you can replace 3 terms. But if you want to chain them, you put several one after the other. What do I mean by chaining? So, same thing we're going to do, we click, we select it, we hold down Alt, we drag. So that duplicates it. For example, I did this, there hop. You see, it's chained. So here you can put 3, you can put 6, replace 6 terms. Well, the output is string, however, not show help, sorry. Yes. On the other hand, I think we've seen enough for a first video starting from scratch. I think we're doing pretty well. Yes. I think if I want to make them short like that, keeping this workflow, I won't load it too much from the beginning. However, we're going to try to make it a bit cleaner. We don't need this group in the end. If nothing is selected, if no other node is selected inside, it doesn't pose a problem to just select the group, delete it. Yes. On the other hand, if you select with the nodes, it will erase the nodes. Here I'm just going to erase the group around. I made mistakes. We're going to tidy it up properly. We're going to enlarge it here if it wants to. Ah, there we go. So it did. It did that in render, an illustration. Why won't it enlarge? What's wrong with it? Is it angry? Ah, it's because it was selected. So we're going to enlarge it, we're going to enlarge it. We're going to put it like that. Yes. We're going to try to do something that looks like something. Anyway, after all this, we're going to reduce them. I'll leave the 2 because that can be useful later. The 2 replaces. We'll put the image here, for example. That Florence, I'll put it next to it. Yes, well, for now it's a bit of a mess, but anyway, yes. That, for example, is the same, we reduce it. Anyway, you can reduce everything. Everything yes, you can reduce that, you can reduce that. Yes. I think for a first one we'll leave it like that. And I'm going to save this workflow and we'll start from this one to make improvements on a next video. Yes. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Don't hesitate to follow me and give a little like. See you soon.